Hey, welcome to the podcast. JB still out. He'll be back next week. What have we got?
Really fun show today. Enjoy us forcing Tony Martin into your ears. He was particularly great today, and he's always great.
It's a big thrill every week that man joins us in the studio. What
5
about...
extra bonus points for the Jeff Goldblum impersonation that I don't think either of you two had heard.
No,
I
I
was
hadn't.
across it. Hopefully you enjoy it too, podcasters.
Michala Banas popped in, a little ray of sunshine. Just so talented.
She
so
may
cool.
play Identi-Cry.
She
Plus,
may.
Swan brings this game called Florida Man it's changed my life. I'm going to bring it up every time I'm having beers with friends.
Great
It
game.
is so fun.
We went to the phones for unpopular opinions.
We
and
did indeed.
Also, the baby, Jack Charles, joined us in the studio to play a little game of Do You Know? And didn't we learn some things, Christine?
Fun show. Enjoy it.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your Tuesday. Jonathan Brown's still out. And Sam Pang off the bench. Exciting still to have
Off
you
the bench?
here.
What do you mean off the bench?
Well, normally
One of
you're...
the star players. They come off the bench.
They're the quarterback, dog.
Let's
But
start that
normally
again.
at this time he's on the bench, and by that I mean the workbench. Ew!
Yes!
Still
Come on.
A
sleeping.
ridiculous start to
Come
the
on.
It's one of my favourite terms for a bed. The workbench.
Breakfast of champions.
just
Yes. Good morning, Melbourne.
laying on the workbench, if you know what I mean.
Panging early again today.
Yeah,
and
Can't wait.
is it true that Identi-Cry is back today? Melbourne's favourite radio game.
Allegedly, I have seen it on the run
Well,
sheet.
Michala Banas is in. We're going to play it with her, and
Yes.
it's the you know those segments that no one asks for and no one wants back. When they hear them, they don't like them. Mm-hmm. We double down on this show.
Yes, we
That's
do.
not enough. That's not enough to not like them. They're still coming back.
Is it just going to be Identi-Cry, or is it going to be Identi-Pie, Identi-Sigh?
No, it's just going to be Identi-Cry.
Not Identi-Die?
You just got to work out who's making the tears. It's an easy game.
That's
It's
it.
so easy.
That's it.
Also, Tony Martin, because it's Tuesday. But before we get into the first song, you love this song, Pang.
Love it.
You're talking about it.
He's a champion of this song.
I am a champion of this song. Discovered it.
Kesha's praying. Anyway, there might be a new song, just real quickly, that rivals it in terms of passion, Swanee.
Really?
Yeah.
The crowd guy will take the old crowd out and put
Be upstanding.
the new crowd in. We'll fix
What are we gonna
your
do?
leaking shell, make it brand new and sparkling. The crowd guy, he's your man. Who is the crowd guy? The crowd guy. The crowdguy.com.au.
I don't know what just happened.
That's it. Yeah.
It is magical.
It's an
that
ad we're playing, and it's as good as Kesha's
Okay,
praying.
cool. Right here. I love it. I love you two singing it.
The Grout Guy.
The crowd guy.
He's your man.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
How good is exploring our amazing backyard again?
And ticking off all Aussie big things. Pineapples, bananas, melons.
That's making me hungry.
Head to whatif.com and start planning your big Aussie adventure.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
How about some tropical stuff?
It's just to start the day, Swanee. This Tuesday, 13th of September. Mourners have been asked to stop leaving Paddington bears and marmalade sandwiches for the Queen.
Why? Surely that's compostable.
Officials have said that no non-floral objects should not be left in London's Royal Parkland.
Wouldn't you just let it go?
Let what go?
Just let it go. The city's in mourning. Just let them
Please,
do their
Christine,
marmalade
you can't
sandwiches.
have Paddington bears and marmalade sandwiches just crowding the streets.
Won't the birds take care of the singers?
Yes.
All good.
And it's compostable. And we all know what's happening with the compostable stuff.
Well, no, with the flowers and all that, that's all fine because of when they cross out to Mrs. Winthorpe, Battenhouse, Bartholomew, Carringbush, Twiffington, Smythe III. She reports on this sort of stuff.
A tree will be planted in her honour and the compost used in that planting.
Yep. So all the flowers. Yep. All the flowers will be composted, and then a tree will be grown out of the compost.
No, it's lovely.
But with the marmalade sandwiches and the Paddington bears, an increasing number of themed tributes have been left in reference to the late monarch's the sketch that she filmed with the iconic bear for the Platinum Jubilee celebrations. I can't even believe the words I just said.
That was lovely, though.
That was lovely.
Paddington and the Queen.
And it was so recent, it was this year.
I did see Swanee where Liz, the new UK Prime Minister Liz Truss was the meeting of the new PM by the Queen was her last official public duty. So
Yeah.
I think the Liz Truss's new nickname, the Angel of Death, is I think that's a little bit harsh. She's just trying to start a new reign.
The old Grim Reaper.
Whispering death.
The kiss of death.
By the
Whispering death.
way, I don't want to just we've got the morning television shows on this. By the way, if you did want to send, I think there's Channel 9 sent Stefan Ovico and Langdon.
Yes.
If you just did want to send Wilkins over there and pop him in the box with the Queen, would that be you get a 2-for-1?
That's
you know what I mean?
That's a very, very harsh summation of his role.
HBF, hard but fair. I would have thought if you'd have a look at that man. I know breakfast. There you go. Have a look at that man. It's a wonderful example of what breakfast television hours can do to a normal human being.
I saw him yesterday doing an entire segment in the studio in front of a giant screen, just narrating a compilation of famous people that had met the Queen.
Oh, that's...
And I just wondered, does he weep himself to sleep at night?
I don't know. I think his tail wags. He loves it.
That's it. He does weep, and that's how he feels his pull. He feels his pull with tears
And cash.
They did a story on King Charles coming to Australia, to Sydney in the 60s.
Yeah.
And they showed footage of him swimming.
Yeah.
And then the person reporting on it said, we can confirm he was less tanned than the Australian men.
Well, that would happen.
Jesus.
Didn't somebody famously approach him for a kiss as he came out of the...
Dennis Lilly. No, Dennis Lilly asked the Queen for an autograph. I'll get them mixed up. A Fairfield e-scooter store has been targeted by thieves for the second time in as many weeks.
This is my people, Electric Kicks.
No. 4 scooters worth around $8,000 were stolen from... It says Scott and Toot. Would that be Scoot and Toot?
I guess, yeah.
Scoot and Toot, sorry. On early Monday morning. 3 robbers broke into the store. And one of them was the lookout. That'd be me, by the way.
3 robbers. I'm seeing a very strange correlation between the story yesterday where the Suzuki Swift smashed into a booze bus. There were also 3 people in that, and you drive a Suzuki Swift and you're mad on e-scooters.
Mate,
Do you have an alibi and a motive?
I got a motive and an alibi.
That's which is the genius of it. Because Jack was saying that he wanted me to read that one out because of your association with scooters. Apparently,
Yes.
You're the king of scooters, eh?
I am the king of scooters, and robbers love stealing scooters at the moment.
Yeah, you've had 2 stolen.
Yeah, and they've ram-raided scooter shops. I don't know what it is.
I'm believing your story. I think you weren't there at that store stealing scooters.
How could I have been there?
You're waiting for the new Bonza, the Bonza airline, the new airline?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, it launched last October, becoming the first new airline in Australia in 15 years. But they were hoping to have planes in the sky from earlier this year. That date was pushed back to mid-year, then to September. It's now September. They're still waiting a regulatory approval.
God, they could make a mozza this weekend with people flying to Sydney.
Well, exactly.
They've got to get up and running.
So I don't know what's going on there. In some good news, though, Swanee. Actually, yeah, well, it is good news. Leonardo DiCaprio, who you were scathing.
Unfair.
Unfair.
I stand by it.
He was breaking his rule of dating women 25 or younger, which I am totally supportive of. If anything, for me, it would be 30, 33 or under. You know, I'd go to that'd be it for me.
Okay, so
if I was back on the circuit, if you know what I
even
mean.
you think 25 is too young.
No, I said 33 and down.
And down.
And down. Going down.
Yeah, but you've gone to 33. He's not going to 33.
Did I say 33? I meant 24. He's breaking his rule of dating 25 women 25 or younger.
Rules are made to be broken.
Exactly. So because he's dating Gigi Hadid.
Oh, yes.
Gigi? She's now you won't believe this. Oh, she's an old bag. She's 27.
Oh, my.
Jesus.
Leo.
Old,
And how old's he? 48.
old Gigi over the hill Hadid. They're getting to know each other, Swanee, after his shock split from, the other one. Anyway, they've been hanging out with groups of friends.
Whoa.
That's good. At least they've got friends in common.
Yeah, I wanted to just finish with it because this is very big news for me. Indiana Jones star Harrison Ford
Yeah.
and Ke Huy Quan have reunited. That's short round. Oh, God. That's short round.
Does he would look exactly the same.
38 years after starring together in the Temple of Doom.
How old is Short Round now?
What?
I've got to find out.
Gang, who is Short Round?
Short Round was the sidekick in Temple of Doom. Have you ever seen Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom?
I have not. I haven't.
Oh, my God.
But Short Round, is he like odd job vibes?
No,
he was
he's
a
like a little Vietnamese kid.
Yeah, he was a kid. Indiana Jones had a sidekick who was a little Vietnamese kid.
He was gorgeous.
Awesome. He was awesome.
Great actor,
His name was
too.
Short Round. And look, when I was a younger me was often compared to and thought of as Short Round whenever I would wear a cap like he did.
Charming and small.
Yes, and always up for adventure.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And I used to hang around and man with a whip. Or whatever, I don't know.
This is the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie podcast.
No JB this week, back next week. Also, if you're going on holidays, what if it's Aussie for travel?
In this week of rolling television footage across every network about nothing, it's very nice to have something that pops out as an opinion that is controversial. Now, I love Ricky Gervais, and I loved Afterlife. I've loved everything he's ever done. His Netflix specials, Afterlife, The Office, everything.
A couple of lemon movies, but everyone makes a couple of dodgy ones.
And even then, he's good in them.
Yep.
He's, to me, he's absolutely watchable in anything. But Stuart Lee, a comedian from the UK, says that Afterlife is one of the worst things ever made by a human, and it made me stand up and notice. Have a listen when he appeared on Rob Brydon's podcast.
I think The Office is brilliant. I think Ricky's comedy drama work is of diminishing returns to the point where it's now abysmal. I think it must be very sad if you're teaching drama or creative writing. How can you make a case for the things that make drama and creative writing good when Afterlife is a success? I think it's one of the worst things that's ever been made by a human.
Afterlife is one of the worst things that's ever been made by a human. And what it does is, opinions like that, Sam, I don't know if you're like me, I question my own opinion. I'm like, oh, maybe it is bad, and I've just gone with the masses because everybody loves Afterlife. Everybody. And it made me think about the things that everybody loves that I don't like.
Yeah.
13 24 10. This is a no judgment hotline. You give us a call and you say, without fear or favour, you're not going to be ridiculed here. You say, with bravery, the things that you don't like that other people do like.
So Stuart Lee, by the way, Stuart Lee is famously, a contrarian, but he's funny. He's really funny, pure stand-up. And
so does it, as a stand-up yourself, does it make you think, oh...
He said, he once said about... So Gervais, a lot of successful British comics cite him as an influence.
Yeah.
James Corden famously also said that Stuart Lee was a big influence on him or a big fan. He was a big fan. And Stuart Lee's reply was, the feeling is not reciprocated. Right? Tony Martin will be in later. He loves Stuart Lee.
Okay.
So you want unpopular opinions?
Yes. And just on that you just said, that Rob Brydon did bring that up, that Ricky Gervais has said that Stuart Lee, is a huge inspo for him. And what was Stuart Lee's reaction?
But I read that you were a big influence.
I know, yeah, well, it's awful.
And
it's
he's said as much.
Well, I don't suppose Robert Oppenheimer felt great about having created the atomic bomb.
And that's the most obvious comparison.
Whoa.
What don't you like that everybody likes? Can I kick it off?
And put your name to it. My name is Chrissy.
My name is Chrissy Swan, and I cannot stand the film Titanic.
Brave. That's brave.
All the songs.
Brave and wrong.
All the songs from it.
What?
All the songs.
Swanee.
From it.
You mentioned the songs.
I walked out of that movie.
Swanee.
So I've never actually seen it.
Should have waited till the end. You would have swum out, by the way. It was a 3D experience.
Clinging to a door.
Ooh. Can I go? My name is Dean Thomas, and I hate coloured popcorn. It's dog shit.
Nobody likes coloured popcorn.
Oh, okay.
You missed it.
Nobody likes it.
All right. Well,
you've missed.
This is unpopular. I've got a list of them. Is that all right?
Yeah.
So one is this rolling coverage of the Queen's death. I don't understand. I may be in the minority there, Swanee, because people are watching it apparently, right?
Yeah.
But it's crap and unnecessary. In saying that,
That's a topical one.
They did. There is a topical one. Don't worry, I'll get to my comfortable
Your
place
oof.
soon. But in saying that, if you missed it, they did. Channel 9 did cross to a classmate from King Charles's days at Timbertop 60 years ago. Before one is my other unpopular opinions. One is I don't know Koshi. I don't know how he's had a career.
Good, mate, but no one's mad on Koshi.
He's been on television for 20 years.
But no one goes, I love Koshi. There's no Koshi heads out there.
I don't understand how people watch Farmer Wants a Wife, Maths, and Australian Ninja Warrior, but this is the best. I know this is what I think what you're after, Swanee. I quite enjoyed the movie Godfather 3. Which is critically panned, and Godfather 1 and 2 won Oscars, right, and Academy Awards. Godfather 3 is considered a debacle and a stain on the Godfather franchise.
Is that because it was directed by Sofia Coppola?
It was directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh,
Coppola.
I thought Sophia did one.
No, she was in. There you go. Sorry, she was in it.
Right.
Because Winona Ryder pulled out at the last minute.
That's controversial.
I liked Godfather 3.
Thank you.
Controversial opinion, the OG Top Gun is a dumpster fire and I hated it.
Oh,
what is wrong
What
with
the
you?
heck?
I love this. No, remember, there's no judgment.
Oh, there's judgment.
They're the rules. They're the rules. This is a safe place, Ash.
Yeah, thanks, Swanee.
Jesus.
It was terrible.
13 24 10. What does everyone love, but you just cannot like?
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
We're doing a very fun segment. You got to say your name and then give an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
Ash Gardner just melted our brains with some ridiculous gear before this.
It's hard for you to. It's hard not to judge one. I know you say, "Oh, no judgment
That's
here."
the
It's a safe
game,
place.
though.
Okay.
Then Gardner, fires in with some ridiculous take about.
I stand by what I said.
Doesn't like the original Top Gun.
Nah.
Although at one point Tom Cruise does unsolicited follow her.
He follows her into a bathroom. Like, what a predator. That doesn't age well. I'm sorry. It's terrible.
Look, he didn't know.
That's not chivalry.
It was sus, that bit.
It's a bit hot, though.
The whole thing is
It's a bit hot.
sus.
It's a bit hot.
Swanee, you were telling me, though, off air that that's just another example of wokeness ruining society. Anyway,
Absolutely.
whatever.
Privately, I did say that.
Hi guys, how you going?
Hello.
And you say your name and then the thing that you don't like that everyone seems to.
Hi, I'm Colleen Gilby and I passionately hate the AFL football.
Go to hell, Colleen.
You've won 2 tickets to front bar.
I'd love to see you, Sam, but talking about footy does not interest me.
Second footer.
Oh, well, Colleen, we'll see you in hell. Have a good day. Could win first class and 50K. It's gone off this week.
Nikki from Altona. Nikki, what is your name and what is your unpopular opinion?
Hi, I'm Nikki and I hate gnocchi.
What?
I cannot stand it.
Oh, my God, I'm trying not to be judgmental, but how?
The texture is disgusting.
You haven't had it right, sorry.
No, is the gnocchi you've had, is it kind of soft and melts in your mouth?
No, it's just, nah.
It's too hard.
I do not like it.
It's rubbery, is it?
Yeah.
You've had it wrong.
Yeah, Nikki, this is the chef's
I
fault.
love potato, mashed, baked, roasted, any way you can, other way you do potato.
Would you submit yourself to be a guinea pig here and you could come in at some point and we could make you an amazing gnocchi dish and you would eat it? I want to change your mind.
Yeah, that'd be
okay.
Yeah.
So Nikki,
1 in the 6
Can
o'clock.
you just let her speak for a second? Will you do this?
I'm prepared to try.
Okay, good.
Look,
Nikki.
I'll even eat anchovies, so it's not that, I'm not, don't eat food.
Sometimes I hate Nikki.
If you're getting Nikki to come in and taste gnocchi on the air, get ready to get up early, Nikki. You'll be in the 6 till 7 hour. Just letting you know.
No, it'll be from 7 till 9.
No,
Keep
won't.
yourself free.
Fridays.
No.
Nikki, good luck. First
Wednesday.
class and 50K. It's going off this week. It could be yours. Thanks for calling.
You'll
Michael.
definitely be here, Sam. Michael from Bannockburn. Michael!
Morning, guys. I'm Michael, and I don't like Game of Thrones.
Ooh, Khaleesi doesn't know what to do with this, Michael.
No, nor would you. I mean, besides the terrible acting and horrible dragons, it's just crap.
How much have you watched it?
I watched the first 30 seconds where they went and grabbed a wolf, and I went, this is shit.
Brother, you watched 30 seconds of 6 seasons.
Really gave it a go.
Gave it a red hot crack, Sam. Red hot crack.
Are you in a? Can I ask this? You in a relationship, Michael?
Yes, yeah.
How
I am,
long?
Sam.
How long?
Oh, about 15 years.
Imagine if you decided in the first hour whether this relationship was any good.
Yeah, that's a very valid point.
Thank you,
I'd
Mike.
probably be married to somebody else.
Hey, we did say no judgment.
No judgment. No judgment. Katrina from Trafalgar. What is your
Hi,
name
mate.
and what is your unpopular opinion?
My name is Katrina, and I hate Beyonce.
Oh, my God.
True.
I'm actually
Can't stand her.
speechless. Katrina, I hear your Beyonce bombshell, and I'm going to raise it. I have not said this on air, I don't think. My name is Chrissy, and I don't like pink. The shock.
Chrissy, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your 7 o'clock. Woo. Hello, Samuel.
Good morning, Melbourne. Gee, I'm just
morning,
calling
Melbourne.
I'm calling you Melbourne.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like you said, Dino. It's weird. You introduce me every top of the hour. This is my normal time, but I've done a shift already this morning.
Yes, I know, but nobody listens to the full 3 hours of the show.
Well,
this is a fresh time. People wake up at 6:30, make a coffee, get in the car. It's the first time they hear you.
Under that theory, you've got to introduce him in every single talk break.
You've missed some quality.
I'm happy to.
You've missed some quality broadcasting, and you may, if you're missing the rolling coverage, the Channel 9 Today show, of which we believe that all the coverage is to be ludicrous, but the leader in the clubhouse, the Today show in the previous hour crossed to a former classmate of King Charles from 60 years ago at Timbertop, just to see if he thought at the time Charles was up for the job.
And he agreed, yes, Charles is up for the job.
And you could tell very early, apparently.
So Timbertop, he would have been there in the 1960s.
Yeah.
For 2 semesters.
So there's the amazing thing. They found someone who's still alive. And then they crossed to him. And by the way, that's Carl and Ali in London crossing to someone in Victoria about going to school with Charles 60 years ago. Mate, you're out.
This is the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie podcast.
And over 100 in the studio, Daniel's Donuts ambassador.
Yo.
Jack Charles, good morning.
What's happening?
What's cracking, as you would say? You know, one of the joys of any time I'm on air, I try to get you involved because I like to talk to anyone younger than me.
Yes.
And it's actually I remember having a chat to you, and it was so many times we have a chat and I have no idea what you're talking about and you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, correct.
Which
Pretty
I
much
love.
like all of Leonardo DiCaprio's
I was about to say
relationships.
As I always say, though, I love you. You're a very, very talented young man. But this is our relationship spawned this segment.
What a song.
Because often we're chatting and we're talking, and then the other one will stop and say, "Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know ...
The answer's invariably no.
So I'm going to listen. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
I'll start things off. Okay. I'm going to play you this song, Dino.
Word association.
No.
What do you think of?
So listen, this is not tune or not a tune.
No.
That is a tune. Listen.
What's it called? Yakety sax?
It's called Yakety Sax.
Yakety sax.
Right. By one of the performers of that song is the great Boots Randolph. But I digress. I just wanted to say that.
That's the strongest name I've ever heard.
It's one of the great names. Do you know the TV show that is the theme to?
Why did I always think that was called the Chicken Dance or something?
It's not
Is
the
it-
chicken
Not
dance.
the chicken. That's
Similar
the-
energy.
It's
Yeah,
called
similar
Yakety Sax.
vibe.
So do you know the TV show that this was the theme for?
What if I did this?
Oh, hey. I thought you were being Pluck a Duck.
No, if I was going to do hey, I go like this.
That song does remind you a little bit of Pluck a Duck when he was going for a dance.
When he's
Yeah.
menacing,
When he's
just
menacing.
humping
But
things.
so the answer, you don't know what that song, you don't know what the show that's from.
I do not know where it's from, no.
Wow.
Have you ever heard of a show called The Benny Hill Show?
Yes, the Benny Hill theme song.
Yes.
There you go, that's
More info. Do you actually know what that is?
No, I just know that label from Zeta when we play it.
God,
See if you press
The
him.
Benny Hill Show was a British comedy television show that aired between 1955 and 1989, by the way.
That has not aged well.
Boobies, right?
By the way, I'm not used. Are you
come
sure
on.
about that, Swanee? Because Benny Hill's great Asian character, Professor Chu N Gum.
Am I sure it hasn't aged well? I'm
was
going to
a
say yes. I'm
short-
fairly confident.
Jackie, it's short comedy sketches and occasional extravagant musical performances. There was burlesque, slapstick, a lot of double entendres.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of single entendre.
I'm sorry, what was that professor's name?
Professor Chu N Gum. Anyway, that's interesting. Well, you'll never
I'll never forget
that. Okay, what do you got for me? Benny Hill Show.
Do you know Jack Harlow?
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in.
Just got to guess first.
I'm going to say he's an artist. I'm going to say he's an artist of some note.
Oh, Jack,
No,
I've dropped the ball for you there, brother.
I reckon I do know Jack Harlow. I think he was a recent question in Have you been paying attention. He's an artist. He's a rapper.
He's a rapper.
Do you know any other songs?
I don't know any of his songs. Oh, did he do Yakety Sax? Did he do a cover of the Benny Hill thing?
No. So he first got big whilst playing TikTok with this song, What's Poppin'.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that bitch like Stockton.
And
I got options. Okay? I got options. You need to know Jack Harlow.
What's Jack Harlow's?
He's stealing your
background?
lines.
The song that we're playing heaps now is
Yeah.
First Class, which is what he became huge for.
Throw up the sex in her.
Anyway,
That's how I talk when I'm not on air. You know that.
last year
I love
though,
that song.
so do I, and I like this. This is when I came to like him last year. I don't know why I like this because it's very off-brand for me. But he came out publicly and said, "I'm in my well-oiled machine era because I can see my future in front of me, and that's why I'm giving up alcohol." And he stopped drinking because he's like, all right, I'm just peaking. I'm either going to go down a party path and cook it all. So he stopped drinking while he's killing it.
I knew I loved this man.
Jack, you should take a leaf out of that man's book.
Absolutely not.
Question. Second one. Do you know?
Absolutely not.
Do you know who Gene Wilder is?
Yes.
Who?
He is Willy Wonka.
Yes.
I'm with me.
And it is my friend Chrissy Swan's all-time favourite song, Pure Imagination.
Correct.
Nice one.
Big.
I have a follow-up question though.
Oh, no.
Do you know anything else Gene Wilder has been in other than Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
No, I'm not going to try to pretend to think. I don't.
So you don't know Gene Wilder? You don't know anything other than Willy Wonka.
No.
You have nothing else he ever did.
No, not in my brain.
You'll probably guess though that he did have quite a career.
Of
an
course.
extensive career. It wasn't just he wasn't a one-hit wonder.
But
One movie.
Am I correct in saying Willy Wonka started it all, or no?
No.
I'm with
Okay.
Swanee, what would you go with? I just we're of the same vintage of Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder and
Stir crazy.
There
Any
you
time that he was with Richard Pryor
Thank you,
was
Swanee.
an unbelievable pairing.
Arthur? Original Arthur?
No,
that's Dudley Moore.
Jesus, rightio. So yeah, Stir Crazy, The Woman in Red, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, a classic.
A classic.
Also, I thought maybe that he was in Will and Grace. It was the last thing that he kind of did. He had a recurring role on that.
Okay.
Anyway, back to you.
Okay, this is my favourite. Do you know, Dino, don't play anything.
No, I
yet.
won't.
Do you know Angus Cloud?
Angus Cloud.
Angus Cloud, I think I do. I think the Today Show crossed to him. He went to school. He went to school with King Charles at Timbertop in 1961. What's his name?
Angus Cloud.
Oh my God. There's a caption that says, the rolling footage just says, "Goodbye, Your Majesty, special coverage. Prince Andrew wears a suit to Queen's
Wow.
service."
All right,
As if that's news.
We have a new leader.
Breaking news.
We have a new leader in the clubhouse. Prince
What's
Andrew.
he supposed to wear?
Well,
A pubic apron.
Angus Cloud.
Angus Cloud. Angus Cloud.
No.
He does sound like he went to school with
He
the king,
does,
though.
yeah.
Nah, sorry.
Okay, so he is one of the breakout stars from my all-time favourite TV show, Euphoria. And he was just walking down the street, right, and someone came up to him and offered him this role. He actually went to school with Zendaya, but he plays he's this drug dealer on the show, but he's got a heart of gold. And
They all do.
In the opening scene, he just this is when I loved him. His vibe was just he was a cooked unit. Have a listen to this.
Some new girl in town that I think you're gonna be friends with.
Oh.
Shit, I don't know. She came in yesterday looking all Sailor Moon and shit. I'm thinking to myself, looked like somebody Rue would get along with.
which was sort of like a dead-on observation for Fezco, who's not normally revolving in the same direction as planet Earth.
So, like, in real life, right, that's his character in the show.
Mm.
In real life, he's even more cooked. And I just want to play you just a little clip from this interview he did with Variety.
Just remind me, if I ever watch Euphoria, I'll have the subtitles on, by the way.
No, I couldn't understand
Jesus,
a word
what the
they
hell was
said.
that?
I'm so
Not
old.
Zendaya I did, but...
Zendaya you can hear. So he did this segment on Variety called This or That, where they give you two things and you have to speak to it. He, like, is more cooked than he is in the show. Just listen.
Great. Driver or passenger?
Shit. Yeah, I like to drive. I like to drive fast. I'll pass the keys to my partner, you feel me? Yeah. Depending on the predicament. I like to ride shotgun, you feel me? But I also like to drive because I like to just, let's go over there, boom, bust a right, bust a left, you know what I'm saying? We not following Google Maps, you know, they trying to lead us astray.
Once again, that is how I talk when I'm not on air. That is amazing. What's his name? Angus what?
Angus Cloud. He will be massive. He's huge.
It's a reminder not to do fentanyl as well.
He's got a Post Malone vibe.
He does.
All right, that's another edition of Do You Know?
Very good.
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
Baby out this week. Just an update. We are keeping one eye on the royal coverage. We've got a new clubhouse leader.
Prince Andrew to wear a suit to the funeral.
That's a suit.
Apparently that's a headline because he should have worn his military uniform. But I read yesterday that he wasn't allowed. Who knows?
Oh, okay, cool.
So many rules and regulations.
Should he be around?
Exactly.
Nah, all good. Hey, time to look at the stars. If you're out there looking for direction in your life,
always
need some answers.
I wait for Scorpio every single time.
One day I went over to Vic Gardens food court and ate some old sushi.
Yep.
And since that day, I've been able to read the horoscopes.
I know, you're amazing.
Enjoy. Sunday, Sandown, race 4, dog 5. The stars are telling me on Friday you'll go out with the work crew and say some stuff that on Monday will seem very foolish. Gut feel? Your dad definitely isn't your dad?
Wow.
Whoa. Spicy blood test results. Oh dear. You're gonna buy dumb shit off an Instagram ad.
Don't do it.
This is a big one. Someone's getting a haircut.
This is us. This is us.
Look, it's not bad, but plane crash. You will rethink the way you store and ingest your anti-inflammatories. You're going to get too competitive playing a game of Monopoly with your family and suck the energy out of the room. Well done. I hope everyone found some answers there.
I'm nervous about going to the airport now.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
And it feels like a family member just walked.
Michala Banas, actress, she's on the show.
She nearly didn't make it in on time because we were just in each other's embrace outside the
and
studio.
then I had to climb onto this chair. I'm in Brownie's seat, and I needed a boost.
Yeah, and
to
you
get
are
up here.
roughly half the size of Brownie, and you did it all on your own.
Thank you.
Impressed.
You're so cool, Banas. You know what I mean? You're so talented. You're so everyone loves your company.
I'm waiting for you to say something.
No, there's no but.
I love you, Sam.
That is
I
true.
didn't say that. I just said
but
you're
I
cool.
did. That's okay.
You're cool.
He doesn't do I love yous.
That's okay. That's okay.
I
I'll just
saw
hug it
you.
out with him. You'll freak out.
I was thrilled to see you in the wild at the Rivoli Cinema on
Yes.
Sunday at the screening of Pinocchio. And as I walked away, my daughter said, "Who is that?" And I made that terrible mistake that we do in this society where we define somebody by their job. And I go, "Oh, that's Michala Banas. She's a wonderful actress." And then I stopped myself and I said, "And an even more wonderful human being."
Aww. But that's okay that you did that. I think that we just do that by default, don't we?
No, I think we've got to stop it.
Shouldn't lie to your kids, by the way. You should just...
Bang,
bang, there it is. Hey,
Good morning, Melbourne.
what have you been doing, Banas? It seems to be a lot going through. Do you want to get the plug out of the way? What's the plug for?
Well, look, I'm back again. I'm the ambassador for Kidney Health Australia. You know, I've only got one kidney, so the Red Sox Walk is in October. You can sign up at kidneyhealthaustralia.org.
You know, I'm mad for a fundraising walk.
Chrissy and I are already planning a walk together. You basically, get sponsored, and all the money goes to help support people who are living with kidney disease and also research. And
who came up with 60 kilometres in 1 month? I did 5 times that.
I know, but you're a superhuman. I think the average person 2Ks a day is a reasonable.
Swan is furious with
Exactly, furious.
That makes me feel like I did the wrong thing.
No,
there. I
you
could have
did
got away
something-
with 60 kilometres, and I did 300.
Something Herculean.
Rocky.
You did something Herculean, Chrissy Swan.
What do you
You're
got,
a
Tina?
superhuman.
I could knock that over seriously in 4 days.
For sure. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
1.7 million Australians are affected by this damn disease, kidney disease.
Yeah.
So get behind it. How do they get behind it? Where's the website, Banas?
Kidneyhealthaustralia.org.
Thank you.
Because did you know you can lose up to 90% of your kidney function with no symptoms, and then that's it, too bad. You go on dialysis or you need a transplant. Legit.
That sucks.
You can't. So just get your kidney health checked at your next checkup.
Yeah, I just did all that, and
well done.
what a great thing to do.
Yeah. Just
So good. My kidney's not very good, by the way.
All right, moving-
Congrats, Swanee.
Glad to hear.
Could do 60 kilometres
Old
in a
kidneys.
month.
We're going to do it together.
Moving on to
for
interesting
babies.
stuff.
Interesting.
Spicks and Specs.
Oh,
You're on. You
yeah.
filled in for Miff. What
Yeah.
did you make everyone call you?
Shit, Miff.
What a great
I just
name.
wanted to really lower the expectation because
I'm sure you're
Miff
wonderful.
is an encyclopedia. She's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Like, she's a wealth of knowledge.
She's
with
an
music.
icon, but so are you, and you brought something new to that show. I loved you
Idiocy.
in that role. I loved you in that
Oh,
role.
thank you.
Good
it was
fun to do.
And I love
terrifying.
Miff too.
I loved it. It's one of my favourite shows, so I was really nervous, but I loved
It's
it.
a thrill to get on a show that you really love, isn't
Yeah.
it? You're like, oh my
yeah.
God, here I am.
Would
It's
I
not
Lie
a
to
dream.
You was another one because I've always watched the British version, so when I got to
It's
come and
coming
do that
back.
with
You
I
will
know.
have to come back.
Pang, that was like when you were on RBT. You must have been just so
Border security was the big,
Border
that was the big one. What about...
I told you, you're not allowed to bring that into the country, Sam.
It's dried foods.
Dried fish.
Dried fish.
You can get it here.
No, you can't.
wrapped up in dingers.
Not the...
Oh,
Come on.
Listen,
Yum.
what's
Oh,
going
everyone
on
likes
with...
their fish.
This is... I'm taking a leap of faith here.
You're literally looking at the rundown sheet of what I've been up to.
I've got my... Yeah, well, but just because you should never assume everyone knows everything.
No.
What's with your Instagram page? Apparently it's just a lot of your dog, you and your dog.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Oh, he's delicious. Gordon. Why wouldn't you put
Is his
Gordon
name
every...
Gordon?
Yeah.
Well, that's funny.
Is he named after Gordon Street where the ABC was?
No, do you know what? I used to have a recurring dream that I had a dog called Gordon, and so when we finally got the dog, I was like,
Dreams come
I've
true,
gotta-
eh?
Totally. He's living proof, you guys.
God, I hope
He's
for Dave
bloody
O'Neill's.
delicious.
I hope for Dave O'Neill's wife that doesn't come true because I had a dream that she had a hook hand.
Right.
Dave O'Neill's wife.
Okay.
So I hope that doesn't occur.
All right, I got a recurring dream that I'm living at the Olsen. But I don't think that's going to happen.
A sense of my baby living.
Michala shared a list of weird things that make her happy as an adult.
I love
What's this? You got
Talk
this?
to us about this.
Oh, do you have someone handling your Instagram account?
Your
What does it
affairs.
say?
Writing with a nice pen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Vom.
Freshly
No.
cleaned sheets.
I put sheets on yesterday. Toby and I got in bed. We're just like, this is the life.
This
Like,
is the
we've
best.
made it.
And also you can get that because the whole bed change is a huge thing.
It's the...
But if you just change the sheets and not the doonas and
all
the
you
pillows
need.
and stuff, that's all you
That's all
need.
you need. It's the inside that counts.
And what about on one, like a out of the blue spring day, if you dry your sheets
On
in the
the
sun?
line.
Oh my God.
Banas, if you buy new sheets, you have to wash them before you use them.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, you do. Otherwise you slip all over
I really
them.
like that list. That last one, by the way, having plans cancelled. That famously happened to this show where we were scheduled to fly to Sydney one morning after the show and it got cancelled.
And was there just sweet, sweet relief?
Sweet found time. We were at the Harp Hotel at 9:30.
And We erupted. It was exactly, do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of when Sydney was announced the winner of the Olympics, back when people cared about that stuff.
We went up.
And, there were live, it was like we were cheering, screaming.
All right. Am I doing this now, Jackie? Straight into it? Okay, you ready?
It's Identi-Cry. You gotta work out who's making the tears.
You gotta work out who's making the tears.
I'm going to be hopeless at this.
No, you won't.
Uh-oh.
Enough of that negative self-talk, Banas.
So, regular listeners to this show will be well aware and excited of what's coming up, but you may not have heard of this segment. It's where we play you a scene from television or movies.
Yes.
And someone's crying.
God.
Someone's crying in it, and you either have to give me the character or
I'm
the
scared.
actor or the movie.
Okay.
And so let's go with number one, Dina. Hey, someone's in pain there.
That sounds like,
Who does it sound like?
old mate Sylvester.
Rocky 3.
Rocky
Spoiler
3,
alert.
specific.
Spoiler alert. That's when Mickey, his trainer, dies.
Oh, of course.
And hear the raw pain.
Gutting. Oh.
All right, this one here. You ready for number two? Ready? You're one for one, Banas.
One for one. Oh, yeah, I know what this one is. I actually do.
What is it?
This is Castaway.
Yes!
Banas.
Oh my God! It's Hanks and
Wilson!
yeah,
Wilson!
Wilson's just taken off.
I think I cried in that bit.
Hey, he was so good in Pinocchio.
But then they landed on the island and I went, well, we could just go straight into Castaway now.
Good riddance. Wilson was.
I love Tom Hanks.
One more from me, and then
He's good in Elvis too, the movie.
Okay.
All this time, I've been saying Brodie didn't want to get married.
Oh, is this Meg Ryan?
But the truth is,
From?
Say that
he
again.
didn't want to marry me.
Meg Ryan. Harry Met Sally.
Oh my God! You're 3 for 3. This has never happened before.
I did it for you, Brownie! I did it for you!
Banas, you are so good at this. I hope you've got no one's ever had a flush like
Special
this.
bonus. We've got a special bonus one just to finish.
No.
Special bonus one to finish.
For a trip to Hawaii.
Ready?
Oh
Go.
my gosh.
Wherever you go and whatever you do, you'll be great. Don't you be a stranger.
Michala Banas for a perfect 4 for 4 in Identi-Cry that's never been done before. Who is that?
It's Kate Manfredi and McLeod's daughters.
It's you! Yes!
You 4 for 4. That's you. That's you as your character. What? Kate Manfredi.
Kate Manfredi.
And
yeah.
And you were saying goodbye to crying to Stevie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Simone J. McKinnon.
What? Why? Why were you upset?
I was leaving the farm, guys.
Where were you going?
off.
Where was your character going? Clown
Just
college?
away. Just far away. But clown
On a
college
horse?
would have been awesome.
On a horse? Did you go off?
No, I drove off in my Valiant. My poo brown Valiant.
Banas, you're the best.
Banas, we love you. And the website again to support kidney disease, people affected by it.
KidneyHealthAustralia.org.
And trust
Thanks,
me,
guys.
60 kilometres, you can knock that over
You'll do it.
in a few days.
Get involved, guys. Get involved.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
We're using multimedia and the information superhighway right now because I saw a thing on an Instagram account that I follow that says, everybody Google Florida man followed by your birthday. Example, Florida man, August 22nd. And see what comes up. So I thought, I'm up for that sort of thing.
Hold on, I'm just having a document handed to me. Hold
Oh,
on.
You having a document handed to you?
I might have to take this one in chambers. Everybody Google Florida man followed by your birthday and tell me what you think.
Yeah, okay. So I did that. I just Googled exactly that. Florida man, 3rd of November.
Okay.
And this is what came up. Naked Florida man drove with wires on penis.
Jim Jenkins.
Do you want to play yours?
No, please.
These are the headlines that appeared in Florida on the day that you were born. So you were born on the 24th of September, Dean.
Yep,
Let's
hit me,
see.
Jackie.
Florida man, 24th of September. Florida man chased couple around Chick-fil-A parking lot, swearing and yelling at people to look at his genitals. I like this one too. Also on this day, Florida man arrested for pleasuring himself with an ice pack.
Okay. Yeah,
It wasn't an ice pack. It was just a Slurpee, by the way.
Correct.
This
is the media just not presenting the
Once
facts.
again, exactly. Can I just... Is this because... Is this based on the premise that Florida is a crazy place and
Yes.
no matter what date something
No matter
will have
what
happened?
day something
cool.
unbelievable
What have we
will
got?
happen.
Great. Jackie, what's yours?
Let's finish with
December
Jack's.
23rd.
Okay, Florida man, December 23rd. Florida man with drugs around his penis denies they were his. It is the funnest game. Gardner, when's your birthday?
Mine's the 6th of January, but I have a feeling where that might go.
Okay.
Capital right related, probably.
Okay, Florida man, January 6th.
No.
Florida. Oh.
Wait, just click
No,
on
that's
it.
all right. Florida man says burglar broke into his home, Swanee.
And sucked on his toes.
It seems a victimless crime, doesn't it, Team?
This is the greatest game I've ever played.
It is the greatest game. And no matter what day, something bonkers has happened in Florida. Take that with you today and enjoy it.
Chrissy, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Big hour ahead. Of course, 8 o'clock Tuesday is synonymous with our friend Tony Martin, and he joins us now.
Yes, and did I already hear the Benny Hill chase music? What is going on this show?
Sure.
One of the
Yakety
great
sax.
segments. One of the great segments. Do you know when myself and a young Jack Charles go head to head, giving examples of things from our lives?
Yes,
that the other may not know.
I know.
So he didn't. He knew the song. He didn't know where the what the show was.
No, he thought it was Hey Hey It's Saturday.
Yes.
Which makes sense because Daryl would often do Fred Scuttle, which was Benny Hill's signature character.
And
There
that's
you
what
go.
I was doing when he said, oh, obviously it's Hey Hey It's Saturday.
Tony, do you know the name of the guy that made that music?
That was Boots. No, yes, Boots Randolph. I think it's called Yakety Sax. Bit of trivia. You know
is it a tidbit or trivia?
Is it a tidbit? Maybe just make it one. Andre Rieu, on all of his 32 DVDs, where he goes to a different city in the world, always performs a song appropriate for that city. So when he went to Sydney, he did the theme from Neighbours.
Oh.
When he went to New York, he did Yakety Sax, the Benny Hill music. What? Who told him that?
Well, that's just...
Is that the music they play when there's police brutality in New York? I don't understand why he would do that one for New York.
Tone,
most
just
unusual.
before you, at 8 o'clock, Swanee, you were doing something with Florida Man and birthdays.
Yeah, it's a fun game everybody can play. You just Google Florida Man followed by your date of birth. You don't have to put the year in. And we thought we'd have a round with you, Tony Martin.
Right.
When's your birthday?
10th of June, same as the late Duke of Edinburgh and Kyle Sandilands.
Swanee, it's up on the screen
so
now, Swanee.
Florida Man, 10th of June. A Florida man was
Arrested. Of course, it's always arrested, isn't it?
Click on that. And
Waiting for the full article.
It's usually naked in a 7-Eleven.
A Florida man was arrested for assaulting his roommate with pizza.
And I'm pretty sure I've done that at some
That
point.
is fantastic.
This is the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Tony Martin.
Yeah, you've interrupted Chrissy while she was saying the great.
The great Tony Martin.
That's right.
Joins us now.
Just a news update. The Queen's coffin has arrived in Edinburgh, supposed to be in Wales. Thanks, Qantas. The biggest, I'm sure you've covered what has been the biggest Queen Elizabeth II news story of the last week, the one that was on the Herald Sun's website.
Oh, Prince Andrew wore a suit today.
Is that news?
So we're just keeping an update.
What have you got on the
We're
list
just keeping
there?
it up because we have a little theory here that
they're running out
Not
of
sure
stories.
Not sure the rolling coverage of the royal death may not have been completely necessary.
Okay.
So this morning they crossed to an old bloke who went to school with Charles.
Wow.
In Geelong, by the way,
at
Tony.
Timbertop, right?
What did he have to say?
Oh, he thought he was. Well, the follow-up was the follow-up headline was former classmate excited for new monarch to rule.
Okay.
He thought he was going to be up to the job.
Yep.
And then latest was Prince Andrew to wear a suit to the funeral, and the big one, Meghan Markle has paused her podcast episodes today.
Okay, there's a lot going on there. He's to wear a suit is news because it's not handcuffs. Is that why that's news? And pause the podcast now. I'm confused because she has two podcasts, does she not? You're talking about the one called Archetypes.
Yes,
where
Archetypes,
She
yes.
interviews Mariah Carey, etc. People are forgetting the other one. Remember the one that she and Harry were paid $30 million to do for Spotify?
Yeah.
And
Is this not the same one?
No, this is another one with
Oh.
the two of them. And as I understand it, there has been how many episodes have there been? Oh, there's been all of one episode.
Oh, who was in that? What was that one about?
Well, it was about the wonders of Christmas. So they just sat there and phoned up celebrities. Like they had about 8 celebrities. They go, oh, let's call Richard Curtis.
Hey.
You go, you're being paid $30 million. Do it on your own.
They didn't ask. That just sounds a little bit like, what are you doing tonight, by the way? That's stealing the stuff.
Exactly.
It does. That's exactly the premise.
It's the equivalent of when you're paid to do a stand-up gig and you go straight to Q&A.
Yes.
It's just that, isn't it?
I've seen you do that, by the way, and then you finish with a couple of songs. I think, no, he's out. He's got nothing. What's the big news, though, that you said? What's the biggest
The
news?
biggest story was in the Herald Sun. Queen spotted in clouds moments after death.
Oh, yes.
Did you see that? That was a news story.
What?
A cloud that, frankly, didn't look like the Queen to me.
What did it look like?
It looked like well, this is a Rorschach test, isn't it? It looked like Dom DeLuise from Cannonball Run.
Tone, that is.
Surely that is the worst. I'm putting the quotes news story.
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not referring to the celestial clouds. Maybe they're talking about
the iCloud.
Hugh Cloud, who went to school with Prince Charles at Timbertop.
That's got to be winning
Was
so
that his name?
far.
Hugh Cloud.
I'm trying to think.
Oh no, I've confused.
Hugh
Angus was the actor from Euphoria.
Angus Cloud.
Apologies, Angus Cloud. Yeah.
Angus
Anyway.
Cloud. He's still with us. Although Angus Cloud, is he not the one who Jack Charles will obviously be shaking in horror if I get this wrong? Is he not the one that sounds really stoned all the time?
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's
That's
talking.
him.
It sounds cooked in from Euphoria.
That's why we love him.
Sounds like this.
Shit. Yeah, I like to drive. I like to drive fast. I'll pass the keys to my partner, you feel me?
That I have to say, I'm going to repeat the swear word that the clip used. The gentleman from The Wire, remember, who goes, shit?
Clay Davis.
Clay Davis. Have you noticed that actor pops up in other things and just drops that in as well?
Yes, he does.
Like he'll be playing another
didn't know
character
that.
and he'll
That's
just go, shit.
He extends that word by 6 seconds, Tone.
Oh, it's about 80 I's in the word. Fantastic.
Did not realise that.
But I didn't realise that. And we've got to keep an eye on the sky from now on. When a celebrity dies, they may appear in the form of a cloud. Or is that just Queen Elizabeth
Oh, look,
II?
Richard Wilkins is up there now.
He's not dead.
Isn't he?
No.
Are you sure? Some of the crosses I'm seeing.
Well, no, that's
gang, we got Dennis Walter.
Dennis.
Oh,
please.
Dennis Walter is still alive.
Well,
How
Dennis Walter's in the
dare
clouds,
you.
but he's just signed a new 3-year contract with 3AW.
Richard Wilkins was famous for mistakenly announcing the death of Jeff Goldblum
Yes,
years
that's
ago.
right. Yeah.
And
It was him.
I had one of those in the 90s, literally woke up one morning, switched on the TV, and there was Richard Wilkins announcing that I was starring in a new movie with Hugo Weaving.
Really?
This really happened.
And did you go, wow, go me?
Did they think it was you, or did they think it was the actual other actor?
It was
Tony
the
Martin?
other actor, Tony Martin, and he was in that film, The Interview, with Hugo Weaving. But Richard Wilkins announced, radio funny man, Tony Martin.
Yes.
And I'm like only half awake and I'm going, have I not opened an email? Am I doing a film with Hugo Weaving?
Would have been back in the old days too. You would have think I don't know. I've got to check the answer machine. Have I missed a landline call?
Radio funny man.
I know, radio funny
You know,
man.
it'd be funny
That's
thing to
always
do,
good.
Tone. Tony Martin. How would you describe? People know who Tony Martin is. Yeah, the actor, Swanee. Do you reckon they know who he is?
I do, but I don't. I think
look,
you're the most famous Tony Martin.
The
let's
most
put it
famous
that way.
Tony Martin is the German cyclist Tony Martin. And then, of course, the one you're talking about.
The Australian actor.
He was the Reverend Bob in a show called E Street.
Yes.
He was, I think, the headmaster in Heartbreak High. He was, the best thing he did was Neddy Smith in Blue Murder.
Yeah.
And, of course, he was the bad guy in Inspector Gadget 2.
See, I didn't know that. The thing, it wouldn't be great though if you could somehow, if you re-recorded some of his role. See, you in his role.
Well,
you tape playing the roles that he did in all, like you and Hugo Weaving in the interview would have been amazing to watch.
Well, we did have a unique situation, which is we were both in the TV show The Games, John Clark's
Yeah.
show The Games, and I had John Clark called me up and he goes, what are we supposed to do with the credits? How's this going to work? And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, do we put Tony Martin 1? Do we put Tony Martin 2? And in the end, I agreed to be credited as the other Tony Martin. So that's what it says at the credits. It says starring Tony Martin and the other Tony Martin.
That
Then
is fantastic.
I considered changing my actual name to the other Tony Martin.
Oh, another update.
No.
Several Australians to attend the late monarch's funeral.
Any new crowds up there?
Several
Oh, hang on. There's a cloud of a joke I did just before.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
We are watching the rolling 24/7 coverage of the goings on in the UK, and we've got the latest from
There's
Sam Payne.
so much going on.
The latest actual headline that went across
what is
our
it?
screen.
I've got two of them that happened
just now
from the moment Vance Joy started singing till the time we've come back.
Breaking news.
Charles spent decades preparing for the throne. That was a headline going across the.
You're joking.
No,
This is
I'm
all
not.
real, all real.
These are all real.
He was born the firstborn son of the
Yeah.
Queen. I think he knew what was going on.
Decades
By the way,
preparing.
just before that, though, we did read out that several Australians to attend the late monarch's funeral. Did we say that?
Those
Several.
exact words. Several Australians.
This is the big one, though. This happened in the latter half events.
Okay,
Joy's
here we go.
Julie Bishop helped Charles buy Camilla a present.
Whoa! Bombshell! Whoa! What was it? I'm waiting to hear from my mum in New Zealand because she used to be a fan of Prince Charles. We used to have the most valuable item in our house was the Charles and Diana biscuit tin.
Whoa!
Commemorative biscuit tin.
Whoa!
And then, and she just loved everything about Prince Charles. But I don't know if people would even remember this, but back in the 80s, something came to light. Prince Charles made some joke or a comment or... I hate to say it, it involved tampons. Do you remember this?
Everybody remembers
It was
that.
something unpleasant.
We can't repeat it? Because I haven't heard
Probably
it.
best not
Sure,
to.
sure.
It was ill-advised.
Yeah.
It was part of his decades-long preparation for the throne.
But he didn't do it publicly.
No,
it was a message
on a
of
phone?
love and eroticism.
It was an
to
early
Camilla.
sext which went public.
Yeah.
Sort of NRL footballer style. And I go home and the biscuit tin is nowhere to be seen.
Really?
And I go, where is it? And then a week into the visit, I find it out in the shed and it's just got hose attachments and bolts and nuts in it. And it's just
your mum's little protest.
That's
and
right.
Filth from the future king.
That's right. Yes, didn't care for the tampon comment.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so funny. Relegated to the shed
The
and nuts
shed.
and bolts. I wonder if he lost a lot of female fans over that.
Yeah.
It is pretty gross.
I gotta Google it. I just want to know what you guys
Oh, no, I'll tell you.
Was it in the Crown? Did they do? They leave all the best bits out of the Crown. Like, do you think when they get up to recent events on the Crown, they'll have Prince Andrew going to Pizza Express? Remember that?
Yes.
I hope they do. I don't think they
that's
will.
the Crown I
Or
wanna
William
see.
meeting the Spice Girls tone. Is that going to be in it?
History was made.
Prince Andrew opening up a childcare centre. I don't think they're going to leave all the big ones out.
Or like the closed door meetings where they plotted the demise of Princess Diana.
That's what you want to see. What else has been on this show?
Yeah.
What is Identi-Cry? What did I miss there?
Identi-Cry.
Show some respect,
Oh, I was going to say, are you part of this show? You've been here since the start.
But I've heard Identa something else, have I not?
Identi-Cry started with I play scenes from television or movies, and the guest has to try to guess what scene it's from, or the actor or the movie. And
But
then
there's been other versions,
there's
hasn't there?
Identi-Die.
Oh, right.
There's we play famous death scenes and
Okay,
after who's dying. There's been Identi-Sigh.
Oh, yeah.
Where there's a famous sigh.
Yep, sure.
Has there been Identi-Buy?
Yeah, there has.
People
There has.
saying
Then
goodbye.
people saying goodbye. Then there's been Identi-Guy.
Right.
Identi-Fly.
What was Identi-Fly?
Well, that was famous scenes from aeroplanes.
Oh, no, what you want to do...
Anything aviation.
What you want for Identi-Fly is you want this sound. You want... And you go, is it Jeff Goldblum in The Fly? Is it Eric Stoltz in The Fly 2? Is it Vincent Price in the original Fly?
Look at that. That's why he's the best.
Is there a second Fly film?
Yeah, there is.
I've never seen that. Did you see the first one, Sonia?
Yeah, I did. I saw the first one.
No.
And there was 3 original ones. The bloke just kept becoming the Fly over and over.
It was Identi-Pie.
What was that?
Just famous scenes with pies in
Yeah.
it.
Well, okay.
I just want to stop down for 1 second
Please do.
and give you credit where credit is due. Your podcast, which is my absolute favourite, Sizzletown.
Thank you, Chris.
Your Jeff Gold. I mean, I don't want to say that it's you doing all the voices on this late night calling show, but it is.
Whoever it is.
Jeff Goldblum often does call in.
Jeff Goldblum
is he here?
Calling in.
Well, it's just it's not a particularly accurate Jeff Goldblum. It's just based on.
Yes, it is.
It's yes, I know, yes. He's just always yes, very tensile. It's just always touching things and bursting bubble wrap.
He's so encouraging.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
That's mainly all he says. But he was in The Fly.
I love it when Jeff Goldblum comes on the podcast. That's all I've got to say.
Did Goldblum and Statham ever do time together?
Oh, I've got to get them. Oh, that's right. That might just happen. We'll see what happens. But we're talking horror films. The Fly. We actually had the trailer for a new horror film on a recent Sizzletown. Have you got it there, Dino?
Coming soon from Sizzle House. It's a dark, cold night. There's no one else in the house. All the doors are locked. You're getting sleepy. You enter the bedroom alone. You turn out the light. You climb into bed and summer sheets in winter. Rated R.
I think we've all been in that film. Nightmare scenario. We waited too long to put them on to do the changeover.
Yes.
The sequel too, Winter Sheets in Summer.
Oh, they're so scratchy. They're so scratchy.
I'm
Why
too hot.
didn't we change them?
If you've never even got into podcasts, this is a great gateway drug. Sizzletown, wherever you choose to get them from, it's amazing.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Cheers.
This is the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie podcast.
So a few little lessons from having been paying attention last night. It's funny, a little show that's on
Julia
Channel 10
Morris was on.
Yeah, Morris, Aaron Chen, Emma Holland, Cavalier. The guest quizmaster was TikTok sensation Mimi Webb.
Oh, yes.
Oh, do you know her?
Yeah.
She was the delight.
She's a singer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen her. I saw her singing at a fundraiser recently. She's beautiful voice.
It was wonderful to see Mimi Webb next to Tommy Meister. That was amazing. Tommy's got bottles of wine older than her, by the way. And so that was wonderful. It's always the juxtaposition, I believe, is the word, Dino. That just an old man with a young woman. It's like watching a Texas oil tycoon with a young woman. Anyway, with a new wife. Hey, so one of the ones, Swanee, was a couple of influencers. They were a virus last week.
Oh, okay. There was a virus.
An airborne virus.
The virus was that they cleaned their toilet seat in the dishwasher. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, yeah. It was brutal to watch. They showed me
They
the clip.
take it off?
Take it off and put it in the dishwasher.
That's high risk.
When I say it was a virus, it went viral. Therefore, it's a virus, right?
Well, there'd now be some sort of gastroenteritis virus in their dishwasher.
Yeah, so anyway, it was
Yuck.
something. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. That's not.
My thoughts are not good.
Okay, cool.
That's messed up.
Cornetto has a new style of ice cream, Swanee. Not flavour, but it's a soft serve. That's a...
Oh, I don't know about this. I don't know, because if you freeze soft serve, it's not soft anymore. It's got to be fresh out of the machine.
Right on.
That's an error.
Listen, don't shoot the messenger here. I'm just giving you the information.
But I'm right, aren't I? Because sometimes, and I know that this is odd that there would ever be leftover soft serve.
Yeah.
But like if you go to Macca's and you order one too many, or maybe you get one for free, take it home and put it in the freezer. It's like that.
Unless they've got a chemical that makes it proper consistency, it's a bad idea.
It's going to be a bad idea, because how can you seal that? You can't.
They have a little... I saw Tommy had one. It was a little plastic cover over the top.
Okay, that changes things.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's clear air around. It's not touching anything. Can't touch it.
Oh, so there you go.
I'm back.
But is it hard?
Nah, I didn't get that close to it. Yeah, man.
Jury's out.
Okay. Jason Momoa, he's Aquaman.
I love Jason.
He's got the big locks and
Marry
he's
him.
a big man.
I'd love to marry him.
Well, are he and Lisa Bonet still together?
No, he's
There you
living
go,
in a
Swanee.
van in the driveway.
He shaved his head. He shaved all that hair off. due to single-use plastics.
That's slapping God in the face.
No, it's not. Let me see.
It's not clear, by the way. Can I just say, single-use plastics was the reason. I'm not sure, is he for or against them? You know, these things. You don't really, you got to be clear on.
It feels like he's pro single-use plastics.
How would you know?
Swanee, are you still in love with him? Now
I'm trying to find. Would I Google Jason Momoa new hair?
You could do that if you want. Handsome. He's a handsome man.
What are you feeling over there?
Oh, no, it's just the sides. It's just the sides. It's not the long parts.
Yeah. I said last night, Tommy Gleisner did the same thing for polio all those years back, by the way, and it never grew back. Hey, what about a 22 bottle of wine, Swanee, it's a Taylor Shiraz, voted best international wine in a competition in Argentina.
That's impressive, isn't it?
bottles of Taylor
so
Shiraz.
Impressive.
The other thing I mentioned, the Seekers. Then a bit of a surprise. Yeah, he's handsome.
He's still all right, mate.
Strong.
A Seeker song has gone to number 1, Swanee, in the charts. Carry Me is a...
Carry Me. What a voice on Judith. Valet, by the way.
Valet.
She had quite a big send-off at the Arts Centre this week.
They played this song, Carry Me, as the box was going out of the church, apparently. So that's nice. It's a beautiful song.
Can you say something a little bit more reverential than as the box was going out of the church?
As she was laid to rest.
Yes. As the coffin was carried out of the building or something? As the box was carried out of the church.
It is a box in all technique.
Sounds like something from, the white... What is it? Seabright, the white glove removals. I just see a box, like a moving box, and Judith Durham in it.
Pardon me, Your Majesty, if my plain speak over here is not to your ears.
It's offensive. Off with his head.
Carry Me is it's gone to number 1. I would have thought the Seekers' little-known cover of 50 Cent's In the Club could have possibly gone to number 1 on the chart.
What Durham did within the club, hey,
I love 50 Cent.
You and 50 Cent famously have something in common.
You do?
Yes, too. We're both, much like 50 Cent.
Yeah.
I'm into having sex. I ain't into making love. He stole that from me.
I think George Lazenby said that on stage. That it?
I think that's it. I just want to say, just as a follow-up, Swanee, to the sad news, genuinely sad news about Tracy Grimshaw stepping down from a current affair.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an...
I'm happy for her.
Yeah, you are.
I really am. Gosh, she's worked hard for so long.
Well, she
deserves some time on the farm with her horses.
But that's the sad news, of course. She has worked hard.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in a terrible aftermath to the announcement, her life savings have been stolen by a Casanova con man. And she's just moved house, and next door is a neighbour from hell.
Oh! Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
Royal headline.
Here we go.
If you're collecting them.
Which I am, by the way.
Yes.
We are. So the last one was Julie Bishop helped Charles buy Camilla a present, Swanee.
Big.
Now, the latest is Carl and Ali are over there with Dr. Roger Mugford. And he...
You're joking.
No, that was his name then. And that meet the man who trained the Queen's dogs. Well, she didn't even train them herself.
Nah.
Because Her Majesty had 11 misbehaving corgis, apparently.
That's another headline.
Her Majesty had 11 misbehaving corgis. Okay, cool.
And one misbehaving son.
They were insubordinate.
Maybe she should have got Dr. Wally Lopez or whatever his name is.
Dr. Roger Mugford.
Dr.
Mugford.
Maybe Dr. Roger Mugford would have been a better father to Prince Andrew. Set him on the straight and narrow.
Hey, this is big.
This is big. What If's Uniquely Aussie Awards is the annual guide to the country's most underrated gems. Can I tell you, one of the categories, there's Best Danish Tart, which is very important.
And this is voted by the public, Swanee.
Best Ice Creamery, Best Island, Best Festival, Best Hotel View. And the second category here is the Best Pie. Now, ordinarily, I would say the best pie in this fair state...
Keith's Pies.
...is at Hilltop Bakery
sure.
In Surrey Hills. But I had one in Ballarat at Hope Bakery, and it was unbelievable.
They got potato tops in there?
No.
For your chance to win a $2,000 What If travel credit, head online to whatif.com/Aussie Awards, vote, and you can get $2,000 towards an amazing holiday.
These are categories that people feel very passionately about. Neenish tarts, pies, ice cream, islands, festivals, and hotel views.
Again, take 2 minutes out of your day and vote. Whatif.com/Aussie Awards. Vote now.
Newsflash.
What do we got?
Newsflash, yesterday we were talking about rumours abound, based on nothing, that Sam Pang is going to be hosting the Logies.
Oh, congrats, brother. This is big.
Where did that come from? What are you talking about?
Big. It's really big. We were talking about it yesterday. Or was that off air?
And he's going to start it with a show tune, Crystal style.
He's going to start it with Mr. Bojangles.
Hold on, I'm losing my mind here. Is this when Andy Lee was in? No?
It was off air.
Still, which we bring it to.
Sorry, full disclosure, it was off air, and I was not involved or driving it.
No, I know, but that doesn't mean you never need to be involved.
What are you
for
doing?
it to be headlines.
Is this a classic FM breakfast radio stitch up?
No.
What are you doing?
Oh my God!
Yeah,
do you really think that I would do a classic FM radio?
I think you'd do
stitch-up?
whatever management said.
You're right.
Imagine the start of the Logies and one man and a microphone whistling.
Everything dark and just one spotlight.
Oh,
and
baby.
You could get someone to teach you a little soft shoe shuffle. I can see it now.
And they're wearing fedoras, the shufflers.
You could do a bit of hat dancing.
You want to start unseeing that, Sonia? Is there a point here?
There is, because off air, now I realise it was off air and I feel nervous. I'll be honest.
Oh, well.
We did say, look, it's on Channel 9, so, and you're a 7 and 10 man, so there's no way that it could happen. Breaking news. What does this press release photo of Sonia Kruger and Ray Ma holding a Logie mean?
Uh-oh!
It can only mean one thing. The Logies are set to shine on 7. 9 have lost the Logies.
Hang!
Channel 9 lost them.
That is a big story. I feel like Channel 9's had them forever.
I can't wait for you to host me.
Television's Night of Nights is going to be on Channel 7 and 7 Plus from 2023. The 7 Network is proud to announce it has signed a multi-year agreement with the trainer of the Queen's Corgis. They're going to become the official broadcast partner of the TV Week Logie Awards, and apparently Queensland, Gold Coast they haven't locked them in either. So it could be
Port
in
Douglas.
Sydney,
Oh.
under Channel 7, hosted by Daryl Summers.
Summers, Kruger, they'll...
All the big ones.
Would you consider
Koshy.
dusting off O'Keefe? He'd be fresh.
He's available, and he knows how to tap dance.
Speaking of Daryl Summers, let's enjoy the Hey Hey theme.
Shut up.
That is the Benny Hill theme.
Which Jackie Charles thought was the theme song to Hey Hey Saturday. Anyway, that'll all be in the podcast. Well, that's big news, Swanee. That is big news.
That is big news.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie, Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissy, Sam and Brownie, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.